What up, YouTube? Broke Farm back for another video on this beautiful day, y'all. And today we're gonna be talking about tips on supercharging your soil, adding that kick that your soil need to get going for the plant season. Now, to everybody watching the replay, I like to have some kind of inspirational something. You know what I'm saying? Take it with a grain of salt. Now, first off, look out for yourself. It's gonna sound weird because you told in life all the time. Look out for other people. Do great things for other people. But every now and then you need to take care of yourself. Make yourself number one in some of these equations. It's good to look out for your fellow man, but take a little time and look out for yourself. Make sure you okay. Yeah, some people take care of people all the time and they don't take a moment to appreciate themselves and their well-being. You know what I mean? Prime example, you could have woke up yesterday morning on a beautiful Saturday and said, oh, my neighbor moving. They asked, could they help me move? That's cool. So you start, they're going to start moving at 10 o'clock, but you being you're going to be there at 9:30 to make sure everything is okay. Go there at 10:05. 10:05, just show up like you there right on time. Take 30 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you can get to just enjoy yourself and take time out for you. You are your star player. Okay, y'all like to hear? All right, can everybody hear me and see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Not my mouth, my mouth. My mouthpiece. All right, let's speak to a couple people in here. Bayou Sugar Garden in the building. What's up, Bayou? Glad to have you in here. Dave Busby in the building. What's up, bro? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday back to you. My cart runneth over in the building. How you good? How good? How you doing? That's what. Go Falcons. They losing, but it's okay. It's okay. God's desire for me in the building. What's up, God desire? Glad to have you in here. Happy Mac in the building. What's up, Happy Mac? Glad to have you in here. Blessed Sunday. Laura's Garden in the building. Hey, Laura, how you doing? Glad to have you in here. Cheryl Faulkner, cousin Cheryl in the building. Aisha Howard in the building. Glad to have you in here, Aisha. Black's Tropical Homestead in the building. What up, Soul Brothers and Soul Sisters? Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button for our awesome Soul Brother. That's me. That's me. Soul Brother number one. Sammy Joe in the building. What's up, Sammy Joe? Glad to have you in here. Growing Together Nursery LLC in the building. Glad to have you in here. Soul Sister. I feel like that's a song somewhere. In the building. What's up? Good afternoon, sir, broke and fam. Good afternoon to you. Tamiko D, the Dirty Gardenista in the building. What's up, Tamiko? Deborah Gary in the building. What's up, Deborah? Glad to have you in here. Okay, Sugar says she can hear and see me. Cool beans. Auntie Myra McLean in the building. I hear you, God bless. Take a break while Saints killing my Falcon. Yeah, the Falcon getting whooped too. Yeah, just turn it off. I just turned it off. I don't even want to watch it no more. Brooklyn New in the building. K Renee's Garden in the building. What's up, K Renee? Glad to have you in here. Dawn People in the building. Cousin, my cousin. Pleasant Sunday to you. Pescatarian Garden in the building. Glad to have you in here. AJ's Green Thumb LLC. What up, broken chat? My flower guy. One of the most knowledgeable people on YouTube, hands down, when it comes to shrubs and any kind of flower you want to name. He knows the regular name and he knows the Latin meaning of those names. You hear what I'm saying? He knows the Latin terminology for flowers. Go over there and check out AJ's Green Thumb LLC. Salon Diva Home and Garden in the building. What's up, Salon Diva? Glad to have you in here. Hello, everyone. My hands are busy feeding my face. Well, what you eating? Now, what y'all ain't gonna do is come in here and talk about food. I ain't gonna talk about what y'all eating. God desired for me. What are you eating right now? Let us know. Let me see. Cassandra South Food and Garden in the building. My GA sister, Bougie Prepper in the building. What's up, Bougie? If y'all don't know if it's Bougie or Bougie, look at the little line over the E at the end of it, and it's pronounced Bougie. Bougie Prepper. What's up, Bougie? Glad to have you in here. Grace Guys in the building. What's up, Grace? Glad to have you in here. F. Smith Welch in the building. What's up, F. Smith Welch? Class there, right? Glad to have you in here. Kit Robinson in the building. Kit Robinson, is this your first time in here? If it is, please let us know so we can properly welcome you in here. Gail Southern Living in the building. What's up, Gail? Glad to have you in here. Long time no see. TLC in the garden in the building. What's up, TLC? Glad to have you in here. So blessed in the building. Glad to have you in here. And I'm caught up, people. So let's get started with the topic, everybody. Now, no, I say I'm caught up. Indiana Jackson 762 in the building. Glad to have you in here. She is Sunshine in the building. Glad to have you here. She is Sunshine. Kit Roberts say, yes, it is my first visit from Lake Spivey, Jonesboro, Georgia. Shouts out to GA in the building. I am currently from Broketown, Georgia. Yes, I am. So, Kit Robertson, just explain how everything works. I am part of a bigger community of gardeners, preppers, crafters. I hope if you name it, it's somebody in our community that do it. We come together in people's lives, not just my life. We have a good time and throw in a little knowledge. We have open and honest conversations as a back and forth conversation. It's not me just saying, hey, this. We talk back. I'm not always right. So you say, hey, you know, bro, I tried this, that don't work, yada, yada, yada. But it's an interactive live. I mean, I talk, y'all talk back. But welcome. Everybody you see in this chat is excellent at what they do. If you feel free, go over there and check them out. And let's just have an overall good time. Every time I think I'm caught up, I'm not. Sylvia Fit Never Quit in the building. What's up, Sylvia? Glad to have you in here. Dandy Mom in the building. Glad to have you in here, Dandy Mom. And I'm looking over to the phone too. I'm caught up. Hey, I'm doing a good job. Hercules. Shannon, 2003 in the building. What's up, Shannon? Texas Lala in the building. What's up? Glad to have you in here. Talaya Davis Baker in the building. What's up, Talaya? Glad to have you in here. Cason's 55 in the building. Miss D's Harleywood Garden in the building. Glad to have you in here. We filling up. We're filling up. B. Campbell in the building. Glad to have you in here. Sammy Joe. All right. Today we are going to be talking about supercharging your soil, adding that extra to your soil to get going. As we talk about it, if anything you want to input about what you do on your soil, put it in the chat and we'll talk about it. Yeah. So let's go off to the races. First thing I want to talk about that supercharger soil: beans, beans, and beans. Plant a bunch of beans, a bunch of beans. Beans are natural nitrogen fixers. A lot of people plant beans in their fruit tree containers and they let it give back to the soil. Now, I heard a couple people say this different ways, but to my overall understanding, once the plant has died out, you cut it at the base and it releases that nitrogen to the plant. I've heard people debate this. From my understanding, it does not send nitrogen back to the plant until it is dead. I've heard people say, while the plant's still alive, it's sending nitrogen. I don't think so, but I've been wrong before. Lisa Watts in the building. What's up, Lisa? Glad to have you in here. Hey, now don't forget about the cushion recipe for us. I asked my wife about it. She said she put it in the oven with a bunch of seasonings. I don't cook, so I'm gonna get the detailed recipe of it, of the seasoning she put in it, but it was delicious. I'm gonna ask more questions. I think I should have said I want to put it on my community page so people can see what it is. I think she just thought I was asking in general, and I don't know. I was doing something else. I walked in the other room. I got to do better. I'm gonna do better. Grace Guys in the building. Glad to have you in here, Grace. Now, beans. Once they gave up all the beans they're gonna give, cut it at the base. It releases all that nitrogen back into the soil. It is an excellent soil fixer. Grow some beans. I grow the bush beans all the time. I do the same thing. I get a bunch of beans off it. I cut it at the base, and it releases. Happy Max said, eat the tender part, the leaves, and the dried beans. It's all good. Wait. You eat bean leaves? Happy Max, now you know you got to put more information in the chat. I've never heard of eating the bean leaves. Let me know. Backyard Garden Flow 21 in the building. Glad to have you in here. V Campbell says, is that any kind of bean? I've only did it with the bush beans. That's the only beans I've researched. It should be all beans. Purple hull beans, lima beans. All those beans should be a nitrogen fixer. Lima beans, purple hull peas. I use the regular bush beans, Lakeland bush bean. Golly, what's the other one? I forgot, but it's the I keep saying like it's gonna come to my head. Pigeon peas. Yeah, pigeon peas, beans in general. If it say beans at the end of it, it's the nitrogen fixer. Happy Max said, yes, the bean leaves are so nice cooked up. Happy Max, you got me want to try that now. Because I love lima beans. Can I do lima bean leaves? Because I feel like that would be delicious. Growing Together Nursery said, I plant pigeon peas for nitrogen fixing. Yeah. So pigeon peas, yes. Pigeon peas, lima beans, Lakeland bush beans, black eyed peas. All those beans are natural nitrogen fixers. Once that plant has spent its life, you cut it at the base and it releases all the nitrogen back into the soil. It's an excellent way to recharge your soil and regenerate your soil. Great idea. Great. You cannot go wrong. You reap the benefits of the fruit. Plus, after the plant dies, it still gives you something back. J3GS Farm in the building. Glad to have you in here. Living Out Loud, the podcast in the building. Glad to have you out here. Dandy Mom, I'm not fond of them myself, but I know people that put bean leaves and stir fry. Excuse me. A lot of this stuff is tasty. Matter of fact, I got a video that's coming out later on. I'm gonna premiere later on this evening. And yeah, just it's gonna be an interesting video. It's gonna be a little different. It's gonna catch off guard. Aunt Ford barbecue in the building. Glad to have you here, Aunt Ford. I know this is a grilling day. Karen Brown in the building. What's up, Karen? Glad to have you and say happy Sunday, broker and everyone. I am broker than most people. Facts. The Naked Gardeners in the building. Good afternoon, that broke farm and everyone in the chat. What's up, Naked Gardeners? Glad to have you. I don't know if it's Sydney or Tor, either one of y'all or both of y'all. I'm glad to have you in here. Awesome people doing awesome things, all kind of ways to make money, gardening, and living a homestead lifestyle. You can't go wrong. Oh, it's Sydney in here. What up, Sydney? Look, every time I see you, I think about what you say. It's your boy Sydney from the Naked Garden. He started all the videos like that. You just, when you watch people video long enough, you just get used to how people start their videos, and he started every video like that. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sydney in the Naked Garden. We use rabbit poop. Now, rabbit poop is awesome, awesome, awesome. Rabbit poop is not hot, which means you can apply directly from the tutor to your plants, and it will not burn your plants. If you know somebody who has rabbit poop, go get it. And it's very, very, very beneficial for your soil. You cannot go wrong with rabbit poop. As long as you ain't feeding it diabetes medicine, that is some good stuff to put in your garden. Please, please, if you know somebody got rabbits, get that rabbit poop. You cannot go wrong. Happy Max said, yes, those leaves with a bit of sauteed garlic and onion, or just add them to soup. Ooh, that sounds good. That do sound good. I'll give you that. That missing anything? V. Campbell says, if you are using raised beds or containers, will the root cause a problem for spring planting, or do they all break all the way down? Great, great question. Now, it takes a while for those roots to break down. I don't care. I plant directly into it. And it's probably not the correct way. The correct way to do, if you are growing a pepper plant and you are going to plant in that same spot within a week, pull it out by the roots and discard it. That is the proper way to do it. Some things do have smaller root systems and thinner root systems. I don't care. I just plant my seeds directly into the same spot. And first off, understand that the seedling takes a month before it get any size on it. So that seedling is about that big, and the root system is probably that deep. Have you ever pulled some of your plants up? The root system is probably that deep after about a month. Now, if those roots are in the soil, I don't know the exact time it's going to break down, but it's not going to be forever for it to break down. And it's releasing nutrients back. A lot of plants, you can intertwine roots. A bunch of fruit trees, you can plant 2 fruit trees in a hole and the roots will intertwine. So I say all that to say this. They don't always all the way broken down, but I still plant into them. I've been successful doing it. That's just how I do it, but it does take a while for the roots to break down. So for a positive answer, if you're going to plant directly in the same spot within a week or 2, pull it up by the roots. I don't, but I want to give you the best information possible. I was told that grounded beans were also good for the soil. Grounded. What are grounded beans? Grounded beans. Case in 55. Can you explain to me what grounded beans are? If you don't mind. I'm not quite sure I know what that means. Let me see. I feel like I'd be seeing a whole bunch of good questions and answers. And then once I get over here, I don't see them no more. I missed it. I feel like I missed something good. Naked Garden say it should take about 3 to 4 weeks for the roots to break down. Yeah, that's a good time frame. And once again, I don't. Everybody's soil is different. Some people have richer soil that breaks down stuff fast, and some people don't. I'm not gonna always give you the Google answer. I'm gonna give you the answer, my honest answer of the things I do and what I believe works from my experience in the garden. I don't like to give Google answers because Google don't have a garden as far as I know. But you got broke farmer do. And for right or wrong, I will be honest and tell you this is what I think. Yeah. But 3 to 4 weeks, yeah, that's a good time. The educated natural in the building. I don't know if I spoke to you, but you cool enough to be spoken to twice. Danny Mom said you can chop up the bean roots really easy and just plant your new stuff. Yes, yes, you can do that. That's a good way to do it. But me, I don't know. I feel like that's a lot of extra work. And when it comes to laser garden, which I like to do, it's just easier to plant that seed on there and go from there. Rambo Green Hands in the building. What's up, Rambo? Glad to have you in here. Yeah, but I'm gonna always give you what I think. I don't Google cool, but I don't trust Google like that. AJ Green Thumb LLC say I use chicken poop, but since it's hot, I add it to my compost bag. Then we get lots of rain and heat, so it takes a few weeks to break down. Yeah, and I want to say they say 6 to 8 months. Chicken poop is cool. What I mean, it's not hot. Where if you apply it to your plants, it won't burn your plants. And chicken poop, dude, I get a lot of chicken poop from a buddy of mine. It is some good stuff. Add it to your compost or your beds. Dandy Mom say, I saw a really pretty flower pot with a bean vine climbing a pole in the middle of a pot and baby greens growing around the edge. I thought that was really clever. Yeah. Yeah. Anywhere you add them beans to and cut them back, then you feed nitrogen to whatever that is, whether it's a plant or a flower or whatever. Josie B in the building. What's up, Josie B? Glad to have you here. J3 said, I believe she's saying ground up the bean. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Grounded. Yeah, duh, grounded. Yeah, that's super awesome too. Regenerative Life Wayne in the building. Glad to have you here. Grand afternoon to all. Very hot day in the burbs. Houston, Texas. I enjoy vermicomposting, aka earthworm farming. They eat all my plant cardboard waste and they give you some of that good stuff. That worm poop. Grind it. Oh, put mine in crop grind. I understand what you mean now. J3 had to break it down for me. You know, I don't catch on to everything right off the bat. All right, let's move on to something else. Another way to supercharge, and a lot of this stuff is something called composting in place, where you dig a hole in your in-ground beds or even in your raised beds, dig a hole and add stuff to that hole and cover it back over. One of the easiest way to compost and that stuff break down super duper fast. Banana peels. If you eat bananas, dice up them banana peels and put them in a hole. Or you can use banana water. All this organic stuff is something that helps build the soil. I'm always into building soil. What makes soil stronger? Um, what get all the good microorganisms going in your soil? I'm all about that. Banana peels. I feel like anybody who throw banana peels out in your garden, you are doing yourself a disservice and a disjustice by throwing away the banana peel. Dice and the smaller you cut them up, the quicker they compost down. So if you dice up banana peels, put them in the hole. Um, Matter of fact, any fruit, vegetable scrap, dice them up good, put them in a hole and cover it up. It's called composting in place. You don't always have to have this big, beautiful composter in place. No, dig a hole, put your scraps in it, and cover it up. Compost, and it's building soil because it's organic matter. The more organic matter you got in the garden bed, the more richer it is, the less additives you have to put in, the less fertilizer you have to put in. And fun fact, the less bugs you will have, the more natural your soil is. I'm just saying, because rich soil comes with insects that are part of your team. They fighting for you. So the better that soil is, the more of them bugs you're gonna have that are fighting on your side, ready to knock out aphids and stuff like that. AKA ladybugs, assassin bugs, walking sticks, all of this stuff. I will not get behind today, y'all. I will not. I'm gonna keep up with the comments. Living Out Loud podcast said, I plan on adding hens. Is the following okay time or should I wait to spring? I'm gonna need AJ's green thumb or sitting in front of the Naked Gardener to answer that. I don't have chickens, so they are my local expert on chickens. Sydney, AJ Green Thumb, when is the best time to add chickens? Spring or fall, or when is the best time? Gail Southern Living said, I add chicken poop in October and it's ready by March. Oh, yeah. 8 months. Bayou Sugar said, what about possum poop? They visit my garden at night, digging for grub, then leave poop. I don't know. First off, I think it's a bad idea. I feel like possum poop might come with diseases, and possum with some nasty rascals. I don't know. If you could trap them and kill them, that's gonna sound harsh. Don't kill God's animal. But if you eat it, then it's all cool, and it's the circle of life. Moving on. Rio found the garden in the building. Glad to have you in here, Rio. Rambo said, yeah, did that all year round. This is a pumpkin grow out the garden bed, and it turned into a monster, a huge pumpkin. It works. I've been doing it. I need to do it more often. Joseph B said, I put banana peels and food scraps in a blender. Yep. And then pour it in the hole or next to around the plant. And that is some awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. You blending up all these nutrients and you pouring it around your plants. Now ask me, is what Joseph B doing more effective than buying fertilizer off the shelf? Which one you think the most important? The stuff that was once alive a couple weeks ago and you pour it around your plants, or the stuff that is granulized from God knows what, but it's organic? Which one you think is the best? I'll let you ponder that one. Dandy Mom, I use an old blender to break down banana peels, egg shells, and food waste. Then you just pour it in a hole and cover it up. Facts. Another thing with those egg shells, if you are having snail problems in your garden, crush up the egg shells in your hand, but not powder, but just, smaller size, and put them around your plants. those sharp eggshells will cut snails and they'll stay away from your plants. Yeah. You don't have to always spend a whole bunch of money to get rid of some of this stuff. Brooklyn News said grow buckwheat as a wheat coat is like vitamins for your soil. Thank you, Brooklyn News. That is where I was going. Yep. Cover crop. Thank you, Brooklyn News. Cover crop. Now I don't use a bunch of cover crop because I always have something going in my garden. But if you're gonna have some downtime where your garden is gonna be free, plant cover crops. And Google what are cover crops because I think it's more cover crops than people think. I've heard people use things like mustard green as cover crops. So it's some cover crops that you can get a good harvest off it, and then just mow it down when you're ready to plant it and give it, give yourself 2-month turnaround for everything blend into the soil. But you can build great soil like that and get a harvest. You can't go wrong. I want to get into cover crops more, but I just don't have downtime. Let me see. There we go. That's a great idea, Josie. Don't know. I haven't thought of throwing stuff in the blender. Yeah, it breaks it down all the way, and it's more available to your plants. Sweet Thumb in the building. What's up, Sweet Thumb? Glad to have you in here. L Wonder A in the building. Glad to have you in here. I'm late to a meeting with the regional supervisor. Don't worry about it. You good. If you up high enough to meet with a regional supervisor, you good. Joseph B said, grind your eggshells into powder, then add vinegar to it. Use it as fertilizer. Vinegar? I've never heard that one. That's interesting. I need to research that one. But I have a real problem with snail. So I usually crush them in my hand big enough to cut up snail. Weird as that sound, I think that's a great thing to do. Now for the Vanessa Harris in the building. What's up, Vanessa? Glad to have you in here. Vanessa say growing fava beans will help your soil. Yep. And fava beans are delicious. They are delicious. Sweet Thorn said, talking about you, bro. I'm the regional supervisor. I'm the regional supervisor of our gardening community. Well, I appreciate it then. I appreciate it. Everybody who ain't in this chat better have PTO day then. I tell you that. For those people who build in soil, hold on. A resilient dad say tapping in from the bay with much respect, keep growing the community. The community is growing me, and the community is growing itself. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Appreciate that, a resilient dad. You know, it's a fruit tree coming with every super chat goes to my fruit tree fund. Appreciate that, resilient dad. Case in 55 say, and you also get a good chemical reaction from the vinegar. Okay. I just planted some lima beans. It's time to start growing fava beans in my zone 8B. Oh, go for it. Carol, the girl miniature in the building. Sister Golden Hair in the building. Sister Golden Hair, this your first time in here? Let me know. Now, all right. A great way to supercharge your soil is adding mulch and pine straw. Pine straw is a mulch, but wood chip, mulch, and pine straw. Because as it breaks down, it builds the soil. For people who have a lot of clay in their soil, and this works more for people who plant in ground. If you have clay soil, add compost to it, add wood chips to it, and add pine straw and broken down leaves. You just keep adding this stuff and adding this stuff to 2-3 years later. Once you dig into it, it's nothing but that black gold, baby. Nothing but that black gold, baby. That black gold is what it's all about. So another way to supercharge your soil over the long run is wood chip, pine straw, mulch, all this stuff. Just keep adding to the soil, keep building your soil. Gardening is not a one season type thing. Gardening is the long haul. You got to have a long visual plan for gardening. A lot of people that use all this 10-10-10 and all these big fertilizers, that's not building soil. That's building big vegetables for that season. The long-term way to do that, mulch, mulch, mulch. Let them wood chips break down. Let that pine straw break down. Let them leaves break down. And guess what, man? Look, do you know what they do now? Home Depot and Lowe's has a brown bag that they sell for people to put their leaves in. And then they put them on the outside of their curb. Do you know what I mean? That means they're giving you free leaves in a brown bag that's also going to break down. Wait till the fall get in full swing and just go down your neighborhood picking them bags up. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to grab them bags and throw them on the back of the truck. I'm going to dig a little trench, put them bags in there, and just keep wetting them till they break all the way down. That is the plan. But if you looking for an in-ground garden, and then the other great thing about an in-ground garden, buying all this soil. Dude, I'm overbuying this soil. Man, I reused soil for 3 years in a row in a container. I'm overbuying all this soil. I love the idea of in-ground gardening because I want to say I use a no-till method. I don't know if I call my garden any method. I don't want to disrespect no other gardener that came up with it. But get you 2 long in-ground beds and just keep feeding that soil, everything, scraps, wood chips, mulch, and you don't have to keep buying this garden soil. This garden soil is ridiculous. It is $8 for 1 cubic feet. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I'm not going to keep doing that. I have another garden bed that I'm finna start up. And these containers, y'all can have this container garden and buying all this soil. That's a wrap. On my in-ground bed, I promise you, all I do is throw scraps in it, put granular fertilizer on it, and put a layer of compost. That's it. And I only do that once a year. That is it. I grew watermelons in that spot. I've grown cantaloupes in that spot, okra in that spot. It works. It works. You will go broke trying to fill up these goddamn containers all the time. And then my fabric pot, all the handles breaking off them anyway. I'm done with the fabric pots. I'm just gonna be in ground and a couple containers. That is it. All right, let me get off the soapbox. Oh, and I got behind quick on the soapbox. All right, Bouger said, what would be a good idea for composting place with grow bags? Same concept. Dig a big hole, a deep hole in your grow bag, and fill that hole up with stuff. Same concept. Anything you will put in the ground, put in a grow bag. You can build soil in grow bags. I think that's a foreign thing. Nobody ever looks at it like that. But it's the same concept. But you just got to add more to it because everything, all nutrients in that grow bag are stuff you provide for it. So, yeah. Dig a big hole in that grow bag. Put your banana peels, put everything in there, fill it up, and then plant. I wouldn't put it in there while I got plants in there, though, because all that stuff will be very close to the roots, I'm not saying it'll kill your plant, but I'll be a little, iffy because anytime something's breaking down and it touches your plant, then it's a reaction to that. So just be careful with that. Darth X in the building say, Bouger, does compost in place work well in grow bags? Worms can't get into grow bags by themselves. Even without the worms, it's gonna break down. With no worms, it had everything that was alive will return to dust. Me, you, the dog, the cat, everything that was once alive is gonna turn to soil and compost, with or without worms. So, and worms can get in the grow bags. Go out in your yard after good rain and see if you got worms on the side of your grow bag. Worms can definitely get in the grow bag. Rambo said, you can also cut the plants to the base of the plant and let the garden microorganisms do their work with those amazing roots. Facts. Facts. We talked about that a little earlier. Big facts. Never had fava beans. I grow the beans to try them. Now, look, if you ever watch, if you old enough to know, what's the movie? It was a movie where the dude ate people and he was matching up eating people with fava beans. Oh, Silence of the Lamb. If you ever watch Silence of the Lamb, that guy like fava beans with people. Fun fact. Fun fact. Definitely mulch. It works every time. Rio's Garden said, heck, I use whatever I find in my property. Fact. Leaves, twigs. We don't have to spend that much money in gardening. We don't. You just got to do a little more research and you got to be a little more patient and sometimes a little more work. And don't say what somebody can't do. It's all kind of ways to garden. It's all kind of ways to garden. So, yeah, it's a lot of stuff on your property. I love wood chips though. So blessed say, what do you recommend for containing gardeners after a heavy rain downpour? Fertilize, because if once it rains, the holes at the bottom, all that fertilizer and stuff that you put in there usually runs out. So after a heavy rain, I would fertilize with something light that won't burn your plants and do it like that, because all nutrients in your containers come from what you put in it. So if you haven't put compost in there for a little while, put a little compost in there, put a little fertilizer on there. Don't overdo it though. If you fertilized two days ago and it rained hard, fertilize again. Nah. But if you haven't fertilized in about a week or two and you get a heavy rain, go ahead and do a little fertilizer. But God water is fertilizer. I need y'all to Google this. Rain water has nutritional value for your plant. It is nutritional value in your plant. I want to say it even has an NPK ratio, depending on where you live at. Rain is super healthy for your plants. I feel like that's understated sometimes. But if you do get a heavy rain and you haven't fertilized in a week or two, I would go with a light fertilizer just to add some of the nutrients back into the soil. Rambo said London is always clay and I have turned into a gardener's paradise. Facts. If you put the work in, you can do it. You can do it if you put the work in, but it ain't nothing easy. You got to be able to be willing to put this work in. It's work. Gardening is work, but gardening is some of the most satisfying work you will ever do in your life. It is. I love doing it. I got to plant some hedges. Right after that, I'm going back in the garden, see what's going on. Sister Golden Hair. Okay, you ain't even talking to me. My bad. Rio say I bury a lot of food scraps daily too, everywhere. It's good for your garden. Maisha Nicole in the building. Hello, Broken Guard Chat. What's up, Maisha? Glad to have you in here. Blue Jay say, cool beans. I wasn't sure if the mulch was okay being mixed. No. Don't mix the mulch into the soil. No. Blue, I misunderstood. Blue Jay, don't mix. Blue Jay, come look. Blue Jay, hit the link. Come up here and talk to me. No, don't mix the mulch into the soil. Don't do that. Don't do that. Put the mulch on top, and it breaks down. But don't mix mulch into your soil. Okay, I'm sorry. I misunderstood something you said. That's my bad. But no, never mix your mulch into the soil because it ties up nitrogen and all kind of stuff in your soil. Something to that effect. Don't do it. Okay, that's my bad. That's my fault. My fault. What I was saying, mixing, dig a hole and put in. I was talking about your kitchen scraps and things of that nature. Grace, guys, I like. Oh, okay. My bad, dog. You weren't even talking to me. My bad, dog. Sweet Thorn said, try to find a leaf raking guy around the neighborhood. Bring all that to me. Bring it all to me. Sweet Thorn, bring all that to me. Get in cool with these people who cut down these trees and they mulch up all this stuff. Oh man, they just my whole goal for my garden in the back to be this big permacultural field where I just drop seeds and I go. No containers. I mean, some fruit trees I got to put in container. I just can't leave them outside. But it's just no grass, just wood chip and that black rich soil. I drop my seeds in there. I don't fertilize jack. It's all chop and drop from comfrey to leaves to dying plants. That's, oh my God, that's, I need a drink. Just talking about it. That is my goal in gardening. The way I garden now is to get me through till I can get to that point. That's why I was so in love with wood chips. Any wood chips I get on sale or anything, I'm putting them in the garden. That is my goal. I'm sorry, y'all. I ran it. Caliborn Beauty in the building. What's up, Caliborn? Glad to have you on here. Hello back to everyone who tagged me. I love y'all. Broke Farmer, glad to catch you live. Look, I'm glad you had time to come check me out. And is that my buddy? Odom's Homestead, the Fig Tree King in the building. What's up, Fig Tree King? Gardeners and farmers is meant to be soil hipper. Man, it's so many movies on Netflix about how the soil is so depleted. And do you know what they say the easiest way to fix? All right, they say it's hotter because there's so many barren regions where there's no plant life and there's no trees. Buy a fruit tree, plant a fruit tree, and save the earth. Yes, save the earth. Have a garden. Save the earth. It's just that simple. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, dude, I don't want to keep buying the soil. I'm over buying soil already. That in my whoever created saying cheap as dirt, never had a garden. Facts, big facts. And the crazy thing is, if you read the bag, most of that stuff is locally sourced, and it's just broken down wood chips and other things that added to it. I know you say, oh, it's more great things and stuff like Coca-Cola is added to it. But it's mostly just broken down wood chips and sticks. If you ever open up a bag of soil and the sticks and everything in there, it's just broken down. They add stuff to it for it to break down faster, but that's all it is, man. It's we got to figure out the people who selling the stuff, how do they make it, and we make it. And that starts out with wood chips, pine straw, leaves, kitchen scraps. and we make our own soil. We enrich our own soil. Dude, 2 more years from now, I'm not buying no soil. I am not buying a soil. I guarantee that. Fish heads and guts are great. They are the greatest. But you got to dig a big hole. You got to dig a big hole, or someone come get them fish guts. Coyotes, foxes, possums, skunks. They will come get that stuff. I got a secret though. If you ever watch drug dealer movies, they cover up the scent with coffee grinds. If you bury something in the hole, bury coffee grinds on top of it, and then put the dirt on top of it. I need somebody to Google, is that a thing? Does that work? Because in my head, I've done it and I believe it works. Can somebody Google, does coffee grinds cover up smell? I appreciate if somebody could do that. I would really appreciate that. Boujay, where you at? Tamika Davis in the building. What's up, Tamika Davis? Glad to have you in here. Joseph B said, dehydrate all them fish and chicken bone, put in a sack and use a hammer to break down and grind in a powder and use it fertilizer. And you know what that is? Bone meal. Free bone meal. Now, who I'm bringing up here is a superstar and co-host of Wine Down Wednesday. The prepper that makes you pronunciate her name. I give y'all for y'all viewing enjoyment. Hold on. I gotta get your phone. Hold on. My bad. I give y'all for y'all viewing and listening enjoyment, the one and only Boujay Prepper. What up, Boujay? Now,
Hello, hi.
how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Now, look, I felt like I didn't answer that correctly. So instead of typing back and forth, and the thing I was saying is, you can put those scraps in your grow bag, but not you don't want to mix your mulch into your soil because it start robbing the soil of nitrogen and stuff like that.
Okay, the reason why I thought you said mix because when I just dropped some seeds, some cabbage and stuff, the cold, weather stuff, but I had mulch on top of the dirt. I did try to scoop off as much as you can, but you always can't get all of it up
Right.
off the top. So sometimes like when I redo the soil, replenish the soil, you'll see some mulch in there, but not a lot.
Now, I have that too. I just leave it on there. I don't I
Mm-hmm.
don't I don't think it's enough to cause a problem. I really don't.
Okay.
I've seen people, and I don't recommend doing this, but I'm just saying I've seen people who put wood chips at the bottom of their raised beds and then
Mm-hmm.
put stuff on top of it. I think that's a bad idea, but I've seen it work. So what do I know? But I think little pieces of wood chip here and there, I don't think it'll affect anything. I really don't.
Okay.
What's up, Sunday
Hello,
backyard?
Elder.
What's up, Boots? What?
No, saying hello to Elder, Miss Shirley.
Sunday backyard farmer in the building. Oh, since you here and you're a great co-host, you might as well hang out for a minute. That's cool, man. That's cool.
It's
And
cool.
shouts
Long
out
that
to
I'm a
huh?
beginner. I'm here for all the beginning gardeners, the struggling gardeners, if you out there.
Me, me too. I'm a beginner. I've only been gardening
Oh,
coming up
please.
on 3 years. 3 years? 3 years. Shouts out to So Good Garden brother Calvin. He was busy today. He couldn't be in. So hey, shouts out to wherever you at. Sunday backyard farmer driving but listening. Won't be able to respond individually. That's cool. That's cool. Sherry Bryan, do you recommend soil tests? I do, but I don't recommend soil tests every year. Get a soil test like every 3 years, man. But don't soil test your anything that you use potting soil. Don't you know exactly what that is? Don't test that. Just if you got an in-ground bed or around your fruit trees, Yeah, soil tests. They are only $8 at your local extension office. I think they're a great idea. But please take them with a grain of salt. Please take them with a grain of salt. The last soil test I did said I didn't need nothing. So you mean to tell me I got perfect soil?
Mm.
I don't think I got perfect, not perfect soil. Something, was close to the line, but everything was pretty good. Most times you can just dig your soil and you can visually look at it, especially if that soil, what I like to call ashy. If you got ashy, crumbly soil with a bunch of rocks, you gotta do some work to it. Bouger, what kind of soil do you got?
I use the we have that clay down here, the red clay, but I'm a container grower because hola, ¿cómo está, tía? I
Hola, ¿cómo
I'm a
está?
I'm a container grower, so I buy the bag soil. Now, would you think that it's best to pick a bag soil and stick to that one? Because
No,
I'm all over the place.
no, I buy the cheapest stuff. Now I have my
Okay.
favorites. My favorite, if you watch Sunday Backyard Farmer video today, that Jungle Grow, I think you get that from Lowe's. I like the Jungle Grow, but I love the Kellogg's. That Kellogg soil,
Okay.
that is some good stuff.
I think that's what I got now.
But I've also got uh soil from Sam's Club, which was pretty good soil.
Hmm.
So I think if it's organic soil, I think it really don't matter. Get whatever's cheap. And as long as you're gonna add compost to it, you ain't gonna go wrong.
Now I was told by hello, hi, who's that? Virtuous Gardening no more. And Nikki, oh hello Nikki and Tori. I was
Hola,
thinking to pick one type of soil so that you can get to know how that particular soil works.
but it's so many factors for somebody to say what soil is good or bad. How much
Mm.
compost do you put in that soil? How often do you fertilize things in that container? How often do you water in that container? I feel like it's so many factors besides just the soil, and the soil is super important. But
Mhm.
what you growing in that soil? Is it a really fluffy soil medium, or is it something that got a couple sticks in it? You know what I mean? That soft stuff that I got from Sam Club, it grew carrots wonderfully,
Mm.
wonderfully.
Mhm.
But I don't know if it would have did good for everything. You know what I mean? So
Right,
that's
right.
why I don't stick to, and I haven't bought soil in a little while. So whatever is cheap and organic, except Miracle Grow. Ask me why I don't like Miracle Grow, Boucher.
Why you don't like Miracle Grow?
Because somebody told me when I first started gardening, it was really bad. It had plastic pieces in it.
Is that true?
Probably not. Hey, but when you first start gardening, what people tell you, it's just ingrained in your head.
Mhm.
That is
Mhm.
ingrained in my head. Miracle Grow is bad. It's bad. Ugh, stay away from Miracle Grow. And it's probably not bad at all. Patricia Ransom in the building. Say hello, y'all. It's good to be here. And this is Bouger Prepper. If y'all did not know, awesome person, awesome person. She gonna be up here. She gonna have some questions. She gonna act and she gonna interact with the people. If that's cool, if that's cool
I
with y'all.
I felt when I first started that it was a lot of information. It was too much information. And
But
you listened to 10 different people and then you heard 10 different things. So you was like, what do you do? With the potting mix, the potting soil, the I call it cow, the cow, the what is it, the blood meal and the other
bone
meal,
meal.
and you're like, oh my goodness.
But not to discount that stuff. I think blood and bone meal works great. I really do. But once you get to a basic, just the basic soil,
Hmm.
compost, and fertilizer.
But that's the thing. You don't really get the basics when you listen, or even I miss the basics. So you trying to do a little bit of everything that you hear.
Yeah,
So
and I
you
went
just
through that.
loading your soil up. When I tell you I had all of that in my soil. The bone meal, the whatever that other stuff is, the cow. I had the oil in the soil, and I think the soil was too heavy.
And your plants can't uptake all that stuff either, man. If your
Mm,
plants, I mean, you got bone meal, blood meal. Some people put azomite rock, dust, granular fertilizer. You got a seedling this big. Do you think that seedling is uptaking all that stuff? No.
right.
Plants get what they need, and that's it. They can't your plants can't uptake all that stuff. I'm just saying. So once you just go by the basics of what a plant needs: sun, water, and soil.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, once you go to the next tier of that, needs organic fertilizer. That's my thing. I mean, organic fertilizer. I live on that, and compost, because compost is building up your soil over time. You want to add things to your soil that every year you add this is layering on to make your soil better. Anything that's not organic is taken away from your soil in the long run. It's not adding anything. That's why I'm
So
I'm
for
on it.
somebody who's starting, what would you say would be the basics? You got your pot, your soil, your seeds. Now, when you say fertilizer, what would be like a basic fertilizer for them to get?
Some cheap organic fertilizer. I use, and I'm gonna be honest, nobody will ever agree with me. All that organic fertilizer is the same. I've never seen a bigger difference. Never.
Mm,
If you catch one on clearance from Lowe's, now I like Dr. Earth granular
okay.
fertilizer, but if it ain't on clearance or it ain't on sale, I don't want that. I will get anything, literally anything, if it's organic. I've never seen a difference in granular fertilizer ever. That's my opinion.
Well, I've used that the what's the pebble, the slow release, and I
Yeah,
mean I've redone some bags, and I've been doing this for 2 years, and I still see them things in the bag. I
yeah.
don't
I
know
mean,
how slow they releasing, but
the releasing is based off water. If you're
uh,
not watering a lot, it don't break down. So
okay.
every time you water, it releases.
So
V
that's probably
chemical.
what my problem was, watering. I think, yeah, that is my problem, watering.
I'm an overwaterer. So if a plant don't like water, it will not survive in my yard. Oh yeah, I grow in raised container with legs and worms get into them with legs. Oh yeah, worms. Yeah, worms. You can't stop worms. Grace guys, I had worms in my kiddie pool. I transferred them into my
Oh,
grow
you
bag.
way behind.
Oh, I
Yeah, you are.
uh
You way behind.
David Cord
So we
with the
still
crop.
talking about when I asked about the composting in the grow bags. That's them responding saying that worms can get in the grow bags.
All right, I'm gonna go to and look, if you put a comment or a question, put it back in. But look, I'm just holding the button now and I'm literally that far behind y'all. So my bad. What's up, the everyday life of OCD is chick? What up, Nikki? What up, Yankee sister in the building? All right. Yeah, oh my goodness, I was behind. All
Yeah,
right.
Tori Brain came in.
Tori Brain in the building. What's up, Tori? Uh Bayou said, bro, tell her to fertilize her plants with liquid fertilizer first, then add slowly to hold the plant down. I do it the other way. I put my slow release fertilizer in the soil, mix it up into the soil, and it's a certain way I do my compost. And I'm gonna tell you why I do this, Bouger. You tell me what you think. I get the soil in container. I put my slow release fertilizer in, and I mix it up into the soil. I put my compost on top. I don't mix my compost into my soil. I just
Mm,
I just keep putting it on top, and I layer it every year. You know why? Because in nature, which we are trying to mimic as gardeners,
mm-hmm,
that's how compost works. The leaves fall in the fall, they break
mm,
down.
mm-hmm,
A rabbit comes, it dies on top. The compost just keep layering itself in nature, right?
mm-hmm.
How does that?
Okay,
It
that
doesn't
makes sense.
it doesn't compost itself into the soil in nature. If we are mimicking nature, just put your compost on the top. That's all you got to do.
Mm,
And the liquid fertilizer is an instant. Your plants instantly uptake those nutrients instantly.
right.
But I'm gonna argue this. I barely fertilized with liquid fertilizer this past year. Barely. Very barely. I want to say I wanted to do an experiment. But I just got busy sometime and I just forgot about it. I couldn't remember the last time I fertilized. So, and my plants did well. I'm
Okay, because
so
that's
we'll
what I
see.
was using. The liquid fertilizer. I thought it would be better for container gardening, but now that I hear you talking about now, okay, so mixing it with, let's say, the cow, like say, or you said layering it. Okay, so,
That's how I
oh,
do it. A lot of
mm-hmm,
people just mix the compost in the soil and have great results.
mm-hmm,
I just don't do it like that. I feel like I'm layering over time and I'm building my soil. So in normal life, compost falls to the ground in layers.
right. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, the couple of empty pots that I have. So now, okay, the dirt that I have, and then a layer of the compost, and then another layer of the soil on top.
No,
Oh, just the compost would be the last layer.
right. And
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you something else. All right. I feel like when I do a lot of direct sowing. When I direct sow into that compost, once that seedling get out the seed, I feel like it grows better, and then it grows into the stuff that's not that good. It's off to a good start, but once it get past that, then it start that granular fertilizer after water start waking it up. I feel like it's a
Mm,
whole process in my mind of why that works so well. But I grew awesome kush all this year. I grew cucumbers, huge watermelons. I all the zucchini anybody would ever want to eat. I've grown. I've had a very good year, and it seems to me the more I slow down on amendments, the better my garden is doing.
okay.
And I'm not knocking anybody because all those amendments has a purpose if you use them right and don't abuse
Right.
them.
But that's my thing too. I want to find like specific things. I don't want to be like all over the place because I'm gardening, but like y'all like it. I could care less about gardening, but I want to learn how to do it.
it's a good.
I'm
It's a good.
determined to learn how to do it. Gardening ain't my whatever place and all that stuff, but I'm determined to learn how to do it and do it good. But I don't want to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. I want
Yeah,
to, like nail it down to like specific, especially like with the fertilizer, what I'm using. And like you said, just do the basic stuff and keep it simple. I want to keep it simple.
and your plants will tell you when the basics ain't good enough. If you
Okay.
have two plants in two different containers,
Mm-hmm.
and one is growing good and one is kind of stunning, just add some liquid fertilizer to it. Your plants will tell you, hey, I ain't ready. Or you got one plant that's producing a lot of fruit and the other one's not. It's saying I need something extra to get me to that point. It's missing something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Urban Gardening Chronicles in the building. What's up,
Hey,
Urban? Glad to have you
Urban.
here. Sweet Thorn said, y'all got to pee on these plants. Now, in all honesty, if you got fruit trees in the ground, peeing on them hills. And I'm gonna move on. Bougie, I ain't finna get that deep with that one. D Little Garden in the building. What's up, D? Uh, I feel like I be missing so much. The experience with Sassy in the building.
Hey,
Sassafras.
Sassy.
Oh, and Fresh and Fire backyard living in the building. Say I mix blood meal and bone meal in the soil, but just a little sprinkle per raised bed. Since it takes time to break down anyway, the plants will get it when it needs it. And that's true.
Mm,
That's true. I just can't keep spending money on it. If it's something that ain't essential to my plant growth, I'm not gonna keep spending money on it. I feel like I could get the same results from my own compost sprinkled on the top.
mm,
Opinion, I could be wrong, but I'm gonna start at the basics and let my plants tell me what I need before I buy the other stuff and don't know if my plants need this stuff or not.
right.
Naked Garden said I do granular fertilizer every 2 weeks at a wow, every 2 weeks, every week
Wow.
if possible. Granular fertilizer, then do a liquid fertilizer once every 3 to 4 weeks. Wow,
Really?
wait,
The glandula? Hmm.
every 2 weeks?
That's interesting.
Sitting, I
Hey,
feel like we need.
Alvin.
What up? Kick it with Alvin. Sitting, I got so many questions. Sitting, Irvin, what? I mean, Bougie, what we do when we got a lot of questions?
We asked.
We ask and drop the link. Sitting there, come tell us about this. I'm intrigued by this because every 2 weeks, that granular fertilizer is supposed to slowly break
Mm-hmm.
feed your plants over a time span.
Right.
You got baby monsters out there in your garden. Got done. All right. Moving on, moving on. I got so many questions. And that's what this all about, man. Everybody doesn't have the right recipe. How I grow, you might not grow. So I asked Bougie how she grow. Then I asked Nikki how she grow. Then I asked Urban how she grow. And then I usually stop somewhere in the middle and say, I think this might work for me. I'm just saying. Kim staged her garden life in the building. What's up, Kim? Then the mom say I mix most of the poop fertilizer to the soil because anything that smells like poop is a dog magnet. You do not want a dog rolling your compost and then try to come in the house. Facts. Highly understandable. Bougie, you are going to be all over the place until you find what works for you in your garden. Like bro said, the plants would tell you what they need. And it depends. All right, let's say something else. It depends on how much money you got. If I had an unlimited wallet, dude, I'd be throwing fertilizer and azomite rock dust in the air. But my gardening budget gets smaller every year. So I'm gonna use the essentials until I don't.
That,
Joseph B.
that's what I thought too. Yankee Sister said, slow Larice spurt has a span of at least 3 months. That's what I was thought I read on the package too that
But
I have.
what what I'm thinking about is I don't know. I want to hear him say it because I'm thinking maybe he pours it in something, put water in it, and he turned it into liquid
Mm,
fertilizer or something.
mm.
I don't know. I feel like he got a whole plan behind it. Joseph B
Hey,
said nothing
Mr.
but
Arthur.
who?
Mr. Arthur.
You supposed to say,
Damn it.
nah, damn it. Damn it. Joseph B said nothing but super juice will get you through the fall and winter months. And you know what super juice is.
I have the 511, but I was thinking my hand was too heavy. I don't know if I was when I tell you my first set of plants I killed, like literally all of it.
We
So
all
I
did.
don't know if my hand was too heavy or with the 511 wasn't mixing it right or whatever it was.
I always think less is better. I really do. I think a lot of those situations, I don't think every, and I'm gonna say this, I don't think every plant needs fertilizer. If you going through your garden and
Mm-hmm.
you got something that's growing excellent,
Mm-hmm.
excellent, why are you
Mm-hmm.
fertilizing that?
Mm.
I skip over those plants
Because you was told to.
because fact, you were told to just fertilize everything. But I feel like a lot of times
Mm.
we just waste fertilizer. A plant that is growing great, why are we adding something to that? That I don't know. A
So
lot of the
that's saying that the whatever it needs in the soil is there.
yeah, and this is if it's not that many nutrients and your plant like it like that, why bother that? I don't know. Yankees sisters say having the best soil is the most important thing to focus on in gardening.
That's what
Facts.
I'm focusing on this for this growing season. Yeah,
I,
that's what I'm focusing on.
I saw a good comment. Wait. I missed.
Thanks, Dave, for this. That 1 teaspoon to 2 gallons of water for with the 511. 1 teaspoon.
Here we go. That's the comment. Why do we need so much fertilizer? Nature doesn't do all that. They don't. And honestly, you could find enough stuff in your backyard and your kitchen scrap to fertilize your garden forever. You can. It's facts. People do it all the time. They call it permaculture gardening. People like David the Good, uh, in our own community, Dan Dan's Food Forest. All he do is chop and drop. They ain't no put no fertilizer out there. He chop and drop and let it break down. So it's possible. I think we get impatient sometimes and we just think this is how it's got to be done, and
Yeah,
it's not.
we're making it more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah. Some courier in the building said, unlimited wallet, man. I live in a giant greenhouse with giant 10,000 gallon aquariums all around. I agree. I would too. And I would have all them fruit trees that I ain't supposed to be having in here. I have a giant greenhouse. I'd be growing mangoes and papayas and oh my god. Shouts out to people who live in zone 10 that can grow that kind of stuff. Joseph B said, do not add anything to the soil when planting fruit trees. This forces the roots to search for nutrients. However, water frequently and most on top. Big fact. Big fact. Um, yeah, I add nothing to the whole. Nothing. Cause no matter how bad your soil is, that tree has got to live there. So it's got to get used to that soil. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
If you put all this good soil in the hole, and then the tree's not gonna send roots out because all the nutrient that tree need is right there in that hole. But if all around is the same stuff that right there in that hole, then that tree gonna go looking for nutrients and water. So those roots are spread. The whole thing about establishing a tree is the root spread. So yeah, Maria Graham in the building. Glad to have you, Maria.
Go back to Nikki.
Nikki say I grow very simply. I use spray and grow foliar feed, but mostly homemade compost tea. Fun fact about this: I've never used a foliar feed. I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand it. I don't. Uh, yeah, everybody. I just don't understand the
I've
foliar
seen
feed.
it. When I seen Nikki do that, I bought it, and I've seen where I sprayed the plants and like came back and they like perked up.
I I don't understand it. I've never researched it. I don't understand the meaning behind it.
Well, spraying the leaves is like the nutrients go directly into the leaves. That's from what I read. I understand it to be doing
Because yeah, photosynthesis. I understand that part. But what's the difference between putting on the leaves and putting it on soil?
that.
I don't know.
Cause
It's
I spray it. I put it in. I do both when I'm spraying. I put it on the leaves and spray the top of the soil. You know, how, like you just damp the top of the soil.
yeah. And I
But
don't
I
know. It seems like more work too. Remember, I'm the lazy gardener. Anything more work, I am not with it. It's a micro brew got everything most garden love it in conjunction with whatever debris and manure you put in it. Okay. Compost tea from garden scraps.
super juice is compost tea and garden
Got
scrap.
that super juice. Other books say sometimes too much is too much. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Laura Garden says I have banana egg shells, juice, and I
Juice.
also have comfort tea. Oh yeah, that comfort tea is powerful stuff. But ooh, it got a smell on it. Chickens help as well. Food scraps, the food they spill, the litter, the guano, the eggs, egg shells, all that go to your garden. Chickens are perfect, man. Perfect. I wish I could get some. Hey, wife, if you listen to this, wife, I really want some chickens. I want you to be okay with it too, so we can have our own farm fresh eggs. I don't think she listened. Uh, I'm trying to. Here we go. I heard of a man that many decades back he found out the sound frequency of bird chirp is similar to certain music like jazz or classical. He grew a 15-foot corn with classical. Yeah, I talk to my plants. I thread my plants. Um, so yes, talking to your plants and
I'm like,
music work. I tell them
that's
I
your partner. I would see something through the door and I come out, what is y'all doing out here?
gotta talk to them. I tell them, well, if you down me, I kill y'all like him. Y'all better not die.
Mm.
Karen
I
Brown
used
said,
to talk to my mother plants. She used to go on vacation. I had to water them. I said, y'all better stay alive till y'all mother get back here.
yeah, dude. I mean, I believe in that. Talking to plants, I believe in musical. It's a fact. It's a researchable fact that playing music to your plants will help them grow. Plants are a living thing. Interacting with any living thing will extend their life. If somebody's shut up in a room for 20 years and nobody talks to them, as opposed to somebody in that same room having phone calls, they have a better life. Researchable facts. Karen Brown said, I did that last year, and this is going on my third year, and all I do is amend my bed, let them rest for 2 weeks, then I'll plant them. It's the same for my grow bags and my pot. Yeah, I don't let them sit
Okay.
for 2 weeks. If I get an empty spot, I'm putting some seeds in them. Facts. I feel like it works. Just like, all right, I'm gonna go against the grain again. I love going against the grain. I don't know if you can tell. Crop rotation. I don't think that's a thing.
Mm.
If you ever heard of a guy on YouTube called Charles Dowling, he's the first one that came up with that no-till gardening. He don't rotate nothing. He said he got beds he grown the same thing in for up to 8 years with no problem. If you
Mm.
are constantly rebuilding your soil, why can't you plant peppers in the same place for 10 years? It's not the
Right.
same soil you had last year. I
Now,
digress.
Karen, I got a question for Karen with her bags with the containers. Do you dump them out? Because that's what I do. And do you dump them out? Like, how do you amend your bags? Okay, so what does amending mean? Because when I'm thinking amending, I dump
No,
my
no, no, no,
bags
no. I'm thinking about dumping these bags out. Them bags heavy. I don't dump them bags.
Well, I only have what are those? Those are the 7 gallons, 5 gallon bags that
Yeah,
I'm
I
growing.
mean it works both ways. I usually just I pull out the old plants and cut the old plant. I put granular fertilizer. I work it in with my hand, and then I
Hmm.
top it off with compost, and I'm done. But that don't mean it's the best way. That's just the easy way for me. Nikki said the foliar feed sends nutrients immediately into the plant through the leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got some foliar feeders. Foliar feed will benefit the leaves quicker if they need that extra boost. Okay,
Mm.
all right, I got you. Talia said, okay, so I'm planning on putting several trees in the ground. So I should not put any amendments in the hole that I did for the trees. I got two apple, ambrosia, and honeycrisp, one peach, one pear. No, don't put nothing into the hole. Only put your native soil in there. Unless you have garbage, I mean terrible soil. Then you dig a really wide hole and deep, and you put compost and potting soil together in that hole, and you let it sit for 2 weeks. Then you plant into it. But that means you got horrible soil. If you got sandy loamy soil or workable clay soil, put it in the hole. Do not cover up your top little feeder roots. Them roots right on the top. Do not cover them up with soil. Bury the root ball, mulch around the outside of it, and water it in good. That's it. Put nothing in the hole unless you got dirt. If you got dirt out there, add something to the hole 2 weeks in advance, and then do. Your garden knows your footsteps. They can hear your footsteps. Let us nest in the building. Salutations to all. Como está? What you say? Como está? What's the other part of como
Mhm.
está?
Well, there's no other part
Oh,
unless
that's
you're
it.
saying their name.
Okay.
The other part was the name.
Actually, plants have a conscience. They can find water just from the sound of vibration of water.
Mm.
Facts. Uh, there's some good comments today. Talaya say also one plug, a fig, an elderberry bush, and a blackberry bush. Talaya, where you live? To put this fig in the ground, cause all figs ain't the same. Different varieties are more cold hardy than other varieties. And I'm pretty sure you already did your research, but just be careful on that fig. And a lot of figs, zone 8B and back, will die back in the winter. Patricia Ram say I don't use crop rotation either, ever. Niggas say amending inside grow bags mean you're adding organic matter or nutrients back to the soil. Nick is on it today. Look at you. Somebody had Starbucks today. Tablea said, I've had everything in pots for a year except the apple trees, which are new. And I believe apples, pears, all nut trees, stone fruit trees should be planted in the ground. I really do.
Don't say that. My pear tree. I want another one. My pear tree is in a what? It's a. Ooh, is that a? I forget how. It's a big bag though. So
But
what
are
you
you?
think in the bag? What? Why you say that?
I don't think they meet their full potential in the container. I don't. Now citrus and uh I don't know blueberries do well in containers. Uh, things that I just don't think for the full get the full experience out of it. I don't think a container's gonna work. Cause think about it. You see some peach trees where you get maybe 300 peaches. Do you think you will ever get that many peaches in a container?
I don't want to get that many, so I'm okay with that. As
Oh,
long as
cool.
I could get some, then I'm good.
Oh, well, you cool then. But the other thing, every 3 years, you probably gonna have to redo that soil or work it or put a lot of compost over the years to keep breaking it down.
Layering it, layer
Yeah,
it. Like take the
yeah,
mulch off top and put a layer of compost.
compost and then the mulch back on top of it.
Okay.
But you can do it. I just feel like I want all the peaches, Bougie. I want all the peaches I can get out this stuff. I want to sell peaches at the farmers market. You know what I'm saying? I want peach
Mm.
pie every week, Bougie. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Someone said worms literally move and till soil. They move hundreds of pounds of material around through the year. Unless you got a lazy worm. If you got that lazy worm, He don't want to do no work. Rio said
So
back
would
home.
worm casting be a good idea to put in? What if somebody's starting out with grow bags or buckets or whatever? Would worm casting be a good idea to put in the buckets
Yeah,
or the grow bag?
worm casting are a good amendment. Most of the stuff we talked about are good amendments. Um, I would put worm casting past bone meal and blood meal,
Okay.
but
Okay.
that's personal opinion. Kim say, I hope this is okay. I dumped the tomato plant and planted snow peas in that pot. Yeah,
Hmm.
what's not right about it? I dumped the tomato plant and planted snow peas in that pot. Yeah, you good. Well, I always feel like I forget to ask a question. How long have you had that soil in that container? Have you did anything to revitalize that soil before you planted snow peas in there? Because if you look at the pine soil bag, it says feeds up to 3 to 6 months on most of those bags, which means it has fertilizer already in that bag. So just be conscious of that when y'all add more fertilizer to it. A lot of them come with fertilizer. You see them little yellow balls and green balls on top of it? All that's fertilizer. Then the monster rotate plants for pests. We get flea beetles and squash bugs really bad. If they find the plants one year, hide the plants the next year. Wait. Y'all hiding plants? Now y'all think them flea beetles can't find them plants in the yard? All right, I got a better question. Does anybody know where horn worms come from? I don't care where you put a tomato plant in. That
That's
horn
what I was
worm.
going to say. That's the ones that be on the tomato plants.
So if I don't think you can hide from a, I think they smell that stuff. I don't think you can hide plants from them. I kind of do believe in confusion planting where I plant a tomato, uh, cucumber, or whatever, and not just rows of things.
Companion planting.
Something like like companion plant instead of growing one row of tomatoes. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So if something only likes this plant, then it might get this plant, but those 5 and 6 that mixed up over there, it might not mess with. And that more of it just makes sense in my mind than any scientific facts. I don't know if you notice a lot of stuff are just based off what I think in my head about gardening. Broke facts. I was worried, so I didn't rotate my tomato plant. When I finally did, they grew horribly. They were fine where they were, never again. Now, I don't believe that. I don't believe in a lot of stuff that probably worked though. Nigga say I amend the soil in my grow bag by adding dry leaves, kitchen scraps, and homemade compost tea. I've seen her do that. Now, it's all soil. If we build a soil in grind or in a raised bed, it's the same as building soil in a container.
Hmm.
We always building for that next day. And if we keep building soil in containers, we won't have to buy soil from containers no more. You know what I mean?
So now now I've seen Nikki do that too. The dry leaves. That's like the layering. You would just layer that too. Leave that a layer.
David Core said, wait, moisturized soil, what that mean?
I've seen that. I don't know where David
Hey,
where
look,
did David get that from?
I say that in the video, moisturizing soil. I just water the soil. As soon as I said, you know how you catch yourself saying something stupid? I said, what? Oh, okay. You just water the soil. But I said moisturize for some reason. Sweet Thumb, I dumped 65-gallon bags. What? 65-gallon bags, most because of this drop. Seemed like the best time to rework them. I split that solid between my new elevated beds and bags. Perfect, except for no rain.
That was a
65
big
grow
bag.
bags.
That's a big bag. One of
65
them
gallons.
round. That was a round bag, sweet thumb.
Wow. I had I got a couple 50-pound raised, but it's supposed to be the other way around. What is? Um, ¿Cómo está, sugar? Oh, Talia, I'm in Virginia. Uh, I forgot what we were talking about.
Is
Boucher,
the
we done got
that's
so
the
far
person
behind.
with all the with the fruit trees, is there
Oh,
with the
oh, oh,
fig? With the fig,
the
I
fig.
think.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just research uh what fig you have. Some figs are super cold hearted. Like a Celeste fig is way more cold hearted than people think. And just it's hard to kill a fig though. If you live in Virginia, it probably might die back if it's outside and then it grow back up the same height the next season. So uh hold on. God, look at Boucher. Everybody's so interactive when you came up here. Everybody just talking and chatting back and forth. What is that all about?
Mm.
Uh Young sister said, the only trees I have in containers are lemon because it get too cold in Connecticut winters. It's movable. Yeah, that's the only thing I got in there. If it can live in the ground, it's going in the ground.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I hate trees in containers though. It's just me. They need more work, it seems like to me. Joseph B. say, because of those surprise late cold snaps in March, I'll be digging up my citrus and putting them all in pots. Dude, look at you preaching to the choir. I don't kill all kind of citrus in the ground. I've tried it all, Booja. I'm telling you. Lemon trees, satsuma trees. I mean, multiple kind of satsuma. I caught satsuma trees on sale for like $15. So I put like three of them in the ground. They all died. I put
Mm.
a frost satsuma, which was supposed to be the most cold-hearted satsuma, put that in the ground. It was about 5 feet. It instantly died.
Mm. But
So
why
I'm
do you think that happened?
it got too cold. It got too cold.
But if it's cold hardy, how did that
Cold
don't
hearted.
make no sense?
Cold. It was cold hearted down to 30 degrees, but
Mm.
a lot of those at mature height. I mean, so whenever it's 3, 4 years and the grind is mature, so then it can take them
Mm.
temps. But for
Right.
a tree that's not mature, it can't take them temps. So if I
So you don't cover your trees.
the ones
Do
that's in the
that.
ground,
Yeah.
no, no. Now
Okay.
my citrus I put in my greenhouse over the winter. And I used the heater for the 3 days. It was an Arctic freeze where it was 16 degrees or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
any other time, anything below 30 degrees, I take painter's cloth, painter's drop cloth, and just cover up my citrus in the greenhouse. And they never die like that. And fun fact, painter's citrus, I mean, painter's drop cloth is way cheaper than this other stuff. And it's thick. Cover my citrus up with that in the greenhouse. I had zero problem with it. I only turned on the heater for the Arctic freeze.
So now
Uh,
do you think covering the trees help?
yeah, I didn't have any dieback on my citrus. I didn't lose
You
any
see, like
citrus
my
leaf
tree, my pear tree, I covered it. I bought cover for it. I covered it with this white cover, supposed to be a window cover.
for a peach
When
tree.
we For a pear tree?
No, you say you got a peach, right?
No, I have a pear tree
Why are you covering up a pear? You know, it
because
needs
it's
chill out.
because it's a young pear tree, like you said, it's a young
How
pear
big
tree.
is it though?
And the bag is taller than me. I'm 5'5".
No, it's good. Those immature trees, that's different. Even a mature citrus is cold hearted down like 30 degrees. I want to say most pear trees are cold hearted down to like -10.
Really?
Yeah, Google it just to make sure. But I
Mm.
would, if it's taller than you, man, I wouldn't worry about that pear tree unless it was negative something or 0 degrees or something. But I
Mm.
would never cover. I got
So
three
when
pear
we
trees.
drop down, cause you what? Cause I'm in 8A. You in 8A, right?
Yeah,
So when we drop down to like the what is it, the mid 30s, is that like what's below? What's get to freezing? 32?
yeah.
No need to cover it. I
They
was
live their
running out
best
there
life
like
out
a
there.
crazy person covering it up.
I've, I, I tried to cover something because you remember when it got hot for a little while and all my trees
Mm-hmm.
got blooms on it. So I
Mm-hmm.
tried to cover that. That didn't even work. So I'll never do
Mm-hmm.
that again. I, I've never covered a pear, peach, plum, cherry, because all of them need chill hour. So you don't. They need that cold on them. So I
Okay,
know.
so what about when, because I want to get another pear tree. The one that I got, I don't know. I've heard somebody mention not to get your fruit trees from the box stores because they don't be really getting the right stuff for your area. Was that you said that? Somebody said that.
Go to call your local extension, or the pear tree you have doesn't need a pollinator.
Yeah, because it's the Bartlett.
Ah, I think I got a
Mhm.
Bartlett. I think my a pollinator for a Bartlett is a moon glow pear. So yeah, do some more research on that. But that's the best way to do it. Just match it up with the one that's a good pollinator
Yeah,
for it.
that's what I'm gonna do.
But
I'm
cross
gonna get it
reference
from
that.
the same place. Stacy got that one from me.
Oh, bottom nursery.
Mm-hmm.
But cross reference with your local extension office. What's the best pear trees for your area?
Okay.
And you can't go wrong. Karen Brown said, "No, I add new soil and what? I
She's
add
telling
new.
me how she amends her grow bags, her
No,
pots.
no, that ain't what threw me off, Bouger. She said I add
Mhm.
new
I seen
soil and
that.
compost
She-
and fertilizer in my bags of pot that already exists and mix it up all together.
I do that too. That's what I was doing too. I put some new soil in the old soil. Now, what do you think about? Because I was thinking my soil was too heavy, so I put um perlite and the vermiculite in the soil.
Yeah, I would just say perlite, vermiculite, whole water. So that ain't bad.
And then
And
because the grow bags, they dry up. I have the
yeah,
cloth. All of mine's are cloth bags, so they dry out real, fast. So I figured the combination of the both of those will help where the soil won't get dry. Then I mean that the soil could get desert dry in those bags.
I would, I would think that helped. But somebody else told me about that. Somebody was telling me put my grow bags in the kiddie pool and fill up the kiddie pool, and then it'll drench up the water.
Now see that's doing too much.
I don't know if I can find one on clearance for like $4-5,
But how many kiddie pools you gonna have out there?
at least 3 or 4.
That's what I'm saying. That's too much.
That's
That's
what.
too much for me. I
Yeah,
get the concept, but that's too much for me.
and it's
Or
all.
or maybe because I do have the um with the sauces that
Oh
can
yeah,
fit that the 7 gallon bags can fit in. I think it's a 14-inch saucer. I could see
yeah,
that. Yeah, putting the
and
bags. I might could do that.
yeah,
Put them in
and
the
just
saucer.
they just need a lot of water. And to be honest, I'm really getting away from these grow bags. I'm really getting away from these grow bags.
Okay.
That's too much work. I'm not gonna lie to you. To it depends on how much time you got. Grow bags are excellent and they serve their purpose. Air prune the roots, and it's getting air in there. In a
Mm-hmm.
regular container, it doesn't breathe like them grow bags. So if you got time to keep them hydrated and moisturized, then they are an excellent option. But if you somebody like me come home from work, got 30 minutes to spray it off real quick and move. Well, I got a sprinkler system now. So look, Bougie, you got kind of bougie out there. I got a sprinkler system, so it's a little different now. Angela Calloway in the building. What's up, Angela? Yes, the Hall of
Well, they
Fame
like the
where
kiddie pool idea. Okay.
I mean that's what I've been told, and I'm waiting for General Dollar to put some on sale. I saw some in the
That's
back.
what somebody just said. Kiddie pools are on clearance for $5 at the Wally World. Oh no, the wall mall.
I, I want to do away with them, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm so over grow bag. I picked
But
two of them.
you gotta remember everybody is in a different place. Some people like myself who rent, or people in small spaces that can't grow in ground. So we gotta know how to help them too.
I mean, but even containers, go to and you got to pay for grow bags. I can get you free containers. Go to call your local landscaping company. Go to your local nurseries. You can get 20-gallon nursery containers that last years and years for free or 50 cents
So
or a
you
dollar.
like the containers better than the grow bags?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But it was,
Okay.
it was a
Like a
concept.
plastic container. So you're not
Yeah,
saying, okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying you going away from the grow bags because of they don't keep but container growing. You cool with the container growing in a
oh yeah,
plastic container though? Okay.
oh yeah. It's all right. I picked up two grow bags yesterday that both were real, and I want to say I've had those grow bags for 2 years. So
Hmm.
I'm like, but I've had nursery pots since I've been
Hmm.
gardening. Those things ain't going nowhere, and
Now,
they
did you
cheaper.
have because I know Nikki has a lot of the more like a plastic side and
Oh yeah,
grow
she got
back.
the good one. She got the good one. I just got the fabricy one. Nikki's
That's what I
one,
have, the fabric ones.
yeah, Nikki's will probably last way longer than mine. Rev up the garden in the building. What's up, Rev up?
Maybe I'll get me some of those like Nikki has and see how those work.
Or anybody that's in here and your local nursery, call them or in a landscaping company, ask them what they do with their old pots. I've got 30-gallon containers. I did a video. Go back, and it got a bunch of views, weirdly enough. Go back and check that video out. Those big containers I got for a dollar maybe or less. So it's all kind of ways to do it. I don't know nobody how they growing.
Mhm.
But of course, I got an opinion on everything. I got a YouTube channel. I got Bouger. I gotta have an opinion, right? Gotta tell them
Everybody
how I
got an
feel.
opinion.
GT Junior grows in Alaska in the building. What's up, GT?
Hey, GT,
GT, is you with me? It's on Sunday. No
drop
blasphemy.
that beat.
No blasphemy. Lady, hell of hell of a
All
gardener.
right.
Look, you got to put gardener at the end. Lady, hell of a gardener. That's the name. I think did we get all the comments? No. Okay. Then the mom said, if you are far north, you need a Chicago hearted pig. They will survive everywhere unless you don't take care of them. You got it. And I'm gonna say this, Boozy. I ain't talking to nobody, but I'm just gonna put this out there. No matter how good your game plan is, if you don't take care of your garden or your fruit trees, they will die. If you allow your fruit tree to dry out, y'all ain't had rain in a month, and you ain't spit on that tree. You know what I'm saying? And I just see some people gardening struggling, and they just like, okay. It takes work for it to be successful. You can have all the knowledge and information in the world, but if you don't water, fertilize, weed out, it ain't gonna work. That's my opinion.
Now, I was reading up on I was writing down what I had planted, and this is I think where I went wrong the first time. I didn't write down the mature date, so I did this time. Um, one of the herbs said that it likes sandy soil. What is sandy soil? Is that dry?
Sandy Loman.
Sandy soil.
Yeah, it's like I have sandy loamy soil. It's like little particles. It's not. I should be doing a better job explaining it. It's it's small pieces of soil. If you crush it in a ball, it should be able to. There you go. It has sand and silt in it. That's yeah, that's the simplest way. But it's graining with small particles in it. Google sandy loamy soil.
Sandy, who soil?
Loamy. Loamy. Loamy.
Loamy.
Oh, that's a good way. Dave Bub would say like river sand. You ever seen the sand at the bottom of a river?
No, that's the same like on the beach.
Kinda, but no. Uh, I should be better at this. Uh, yeah, it's I don't know. Google sandy loamy soil and you get a pretty good idea of what it is.
Spell that again for me.
Loamy, Loamy.
Okay.
Caliborn says sand and dirt. Great. That's even better. Sand and dirt mixture. A mixture. Yeah, sand dirt
Okay.
mixture. Fresh and fire backyard living say unless it has blossom. Oh, that's a good point. Unless it has blossom on your stone fruit, you don't have to worry about it. You might not get fruit, but it will survive. Yeah. If it get really cold and you got blossoms on it, it's gonna kill your blossom. But it ain't gonna do nothing to the tree. Ooh,
That's what happened to us this year. The tree
yeah.
that Stacy got me blossomed, but then that cold front came in.
Oh yeah, not
That was it.
all my plum blooms, all my blueberry blooms, and I think one more tree got me. Sources said my pear tree has survived -40 here in the mountains.
Wow. Where
Wow.
you in Minnesota? So sister, you in Minnesota?
She in Colorado.
Colorado? Hmm.
Uh, do, does a peach tree need a pollinator? Depends on which peach tree it is. Some are self-fertile and don't. But even if it is self-fertile, having more than one peach tree, it will produce more fruit.
Think about it. You survived -40. That's a good thing. Wow.
Teasy in the building. What's up, Teasy? Hi, everyone. Just join the show. We have been filling our and planting our raised bed, also harvesting pebbles and treatment that crepe myrtle. This is time that crepe myrtle. Save some leaves and berries from it to eat. Ooh, 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 ooh. You are blessed. Miss Shirley OG Garden in the building. So I brought my fruit tree from Wally World. They do just fine. It's all how you take
Mm.
care of. I bought fruit trees from everywhere, literally everywhere. My oldest fruit trees came from Lowe's. Yankees,
Okay.
I think it's Purple by 6 of the
I'm
oh yeah,
talking to Yankee sister.
we in a business. Squirrel ate up my peaches from the longest this year. Once they were halfway done, I brought them inside and put them in a brown paper bag. Finished right. Oh, smart. Shannon said all of my fruit trees are from Wally World and produce fruit with problem. I think she means with no problem. Uh, Kitty Pooh. Oh, I'm that far behind again, Bougie. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Jesus. How did I get that far behind? DMV Gardener in the building. What's up, DMV? And if y'all don't know who this is, let me pull this down. Wait. DMV say out here putting my trees in the ground while it's wet, but I'm listening. And the best time to plant fruit trees is in the fall when the leaves fall, or in the fall is, some people say beginning of spring before the leaves come. The fall is also a great time. But if y'all don't know who this person to my left is, this is Bougie. It is not Bougie. It is not Bougie. It is Boo. Am I saying that right?
Bougie.
Bougie Prepper in the building. And she came up here because we were talking about supercharging your soil, and we answering questions and have some back and forth conversation. If y'all don't know, go check out Bougie Prepper. You will see her in YouTube streets. Why am I stuttering saying streets? In these YouTube streets, part of Wine Dine Wins, and she has her own channel. So go check out Bougie Prepper. Um, Yankee sister said, I'm retired so I can water frequently if needed. Plus, they are movable and my native soil is full of rock. Damn, there you go. It's a lot of this gardening stuff is how much time you have. Y'all see these people with these awesome, beautiful, lush garden. Guess what? They retired or they have a job that they don't work a bunch of hours. They have more time. They don't have kids or stuff like that. Look at man, if you're a full-time husband, got a full-time job, full-time father, you have things to take care of around the house, your garden is not gonna look like everybody else's garden. Let's start there. Keep your expectations at a low level. First expectation, get food. That's it. That's it.
Lala, I always had a channel. I just moved it. I made a mistake and didn't started my channel on my personal in my under my personal name. And so I took that one down, and the one, if you go and look for me now, there's nothing near yet but the short that I did the other day. Um, I'm gonna start all over under the Bouger Prepper name. But
So
yeah, I've been around for the last what, 2 years?
forever, forever. Bouger has been here forever. Look, folks don't even talk to us, Bouger. Look at him. Sweet though, I'm talking to GT. Let's get in this bit. That's what I have. They dry here a little too fast, but they do work. Just have to monitor them and always expect to water. Right.
Now watering. Let's talk a little bit about watering for the new people. Um, how often should you be watering? Like I just dropped seeds yesterday. So now how often should I be watering?
All right. I'm gonna say this, and I promise you, if you do this, you will thank me. Go to Lowe's, Home Depot, or Amazon and get a moisture meter. They are next to
Okay.
nothing. They are under
Okay, I'm on the right
$10.
track. I was looking at those. Okay.
And put it in there, and
Now
it's
stick it
wet
in every pot
every
or
pot,
one and check
every
each pot?
pot, each
Okay.
pot. And it'll tell you if that
Mm-hmm.
line in the middle, don't do nothing.
Okay.
Dry, wet, act accordingly. But
Right.
old rule of thumb for us old gardeners, and I say old gardener, I'm not old gardener. I just stick my finger down now and I
I
dig
do like
around. But that ain't for everybody. The simplest way to do it, I have a moisture meter. Simplest way to do it in containers is stick that moisture meter down and it'll tell you if you need water or not. When you pull it out though, make sure you have something to wipe those prongs off. Because you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to leave water on the prong and then go to the next one and gonna say it's water. I think that's the
Yeah.
easiest way for a new gardener to do it.
Okay.
Easiest. And it don't cost much. If it costs much, I was like, no, don't do that. It's under 10
Now,
bucks.
okay, when you do the finger test, I don't know. When you do the finger test, because like I said, I have everything in the cloth grow bags. Like the top of the soil is like dry, dry, dry. Um, how far down are you digging
At the top,
before you hit moisture to say it needs water?
go to your knuckle.
If it okay, I don't even
Whatever the
dig that.
knuckle is. Whatever your knuckle is,
Right.
go that deep. Pull the
Mm-hmm.
soil back. If it's dry there, you need water.
And if it's not, if it is, if it's wet, then you're good.
Yeah.
Good for how long though?
It depends on your temperature, your microclimate. Everybody backyard is different. Some people get more sun. The more sun you get, the more watering you have to do.
Okay, so we get, what time is it? 5. I get full sun now back
All
here.
right. All right. Do it.
Like up until now. Like right now, my little garden is in the shade now, 5 o'clock.
All right. First off, when you water, make sure you water till it goes all the way through till it's
And
coming
run
out the
out
bottom.
the bottom. That's what I
Yeah,
did with all of
that's
them.
full water. Now,
Mm-hmm.
every third day is safe unless it's super duper hot past 100. Every
Mm-hmm.
third day. If you watered that pot all the way through,
Mm-hmm.
3 days you should be good. Unless it's 102 degrees or something like that, you got to water every day. But if you're in the 80s or something around there, and then if it's like high 56s at night, maybe every 3 days. But if it's
Mm-hmm.
hot every day. But if you get a
Like
good,
the summer, like how this summer we was like about 100 degrees
oh yeah,
every day.
every
So
day.
it's every day. Okay.
But I think
That's
our
what I
weather is
have to
kind of
get better at, watering. I've been lazy with the watering.
now. Or you can be an overwater like me. I've never went out there
Yeah,
and been water.
you don't wanna drown them. Yeah.
I mean, I think we're in a similar climate. What it's like 80 something degrees day over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm in South Carolina.
yeah. So I would say every 3 days, if you get a good water, and for a lot of people that don't get that, you water until the water puddles. You let it dry
Okay.
all the way out,
hmm
come back and water it again.
Now that's what my bags were doing. They were puddling. That's the first time I seen them do that. But I think that's because I finally actually watered them good. Well, I'm watering from the hose now. Before I was on a patio, so I was watering with jugs.
Well, what?
With water,
What?
with like empty, like I kept the milk jugs and the orange juice jugs, and that's how I was watering my plants with my empty jugs.
Oh yeah, I
I
ain't got
put
that.
water in them, and
But I would say this though: if going straight out of jug, that's a lot of water coming in one time. I would put the top on it and put some big holes in it, so it's more like
but
a.
no, I have a piece, yeah, and it comes
Oh, okay,
out like
okay,
a
yeah, yeah,
sprinkle. Yeah.
oh yeah. Bro, you wiggling that finger a lot for the finger test. Y'all so nasty. Y'all so nasty. It's Sunday, man. Y'all are so nasty. What is, I'm saying, what is wrong with folks, man? Dude. uh, Dr. S. Roast. But you know what? I'm gonna drop the link for anybody who want to come up here and hang with me and Bougie or talk about some stuff. Cause we got like 5 minutes and we're gonna get out of here. So I dropped the link. Bougie, since we talking about it, so let us know what is your in a perfect world, if you could get your garden to do exactly what you want to do, what is your perfect garden? In the situation you in right now, what's your perfect version of your garden?
The perfect garden. Oh my
Perfect
goodness.
version. I mean, you can't move to Hawaii and garden. You live where you live at. But what's the perfect version? If everything went your way on how you garden right now, what would it be?
I call my the perfect salad garden.
Ooh,
Hello, Elder. That's what I want. The perfect salad garden.
I've thought about
Um,
that though. The perfect
because
garden.
I'm not, like I told y'all, I'm not a gardener. I'm just doing this to learn the skill. That like gardening is not my thing, but I want to be good at it. So if I could have a good salad garden where I have what's that? The tomatoes, the cucumbers, the onions, the
Look at that.
peppers, the spinach, all those things, fixings for a good salad. I'm
Yeah.
good. And herbs, I have my herbs going.
Let
That's
me get
good
out of
enough
there.
for me.
Hey, but wouldn't it be great if you
Hello.
could have? Hey,
Hello, hi, Elder.
hey, Miss Shirley, jump in. Like, this conversation
Yeah.
is
Well,
you.
I was trying to wait until Bushi got through talking. I didn't want her to lose her thought.
Uh,
I'm out here in the garden. Hopefully, it looked like it's going to rain because it's been pretty dry over here. And I came over to look at my fig tree for the figs I had. Well, like they said, when you snooze, you lose. They got them.
mm.
They knew they was right too, and instead of me just coming on out here and getting them like I should, I did. Then I came back out, and there's two empty spots where those ripe figs were. So they got a chance to taste them before I did. But there's still plenty more on here. My only problem is with this crazy weather we've been having, will they ripen up in enough time for me to enjoy them? So,
Mm.
my question to you, bro, if I bring my fig tree in the house, will the figs that's on here finish ripening or what?
They should put them in a big sunny window.
Okay, well, this is kind of big for a sunny window.
Huh?
This is this is not a this is not a small fig plant. I don't know if I can get it upstairs to the second floor. I can put it in the basement under plant lights, but
Well, yeah, that
yeah.
might work.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Because
Hey,
it's loaded. It's a Chicago fig. So it's hardy to our temperatures here in Ohio. So the other ones didn't do anything this year because I figured they're more tropical. So they might do better the second year around. But the Chicago fig for this year, though, it showed up and showed out.
shouts out to Arkansas woodcutter. Arkansas woodcutter cut a living legend in the YouTube streets. Been around a long time, doing great things. Shouts out to Arkansas woodcutter. Love that guy.
And hey, broke that Miwok kumquat you gave me.
hmm
The buds are opening up. The flowers have opened up. So how long normally after they open up does it produce fruit?
Forever.
Okay.
Forever. It takes a long time. I ain't gonna
Okay.
lie.
So I
Mine,
I just
mine,
bring this in the house too.
yeah, mine got the little fruits on it, but it's gonna be cold before they get ripe. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
middle of winter, I was still picking them off my tree, eating them from the greenhouse.
Let
So
me
it,
show you. I don't know if you can see them. Can you see them?
oh yeah, oh, that tree going crazy.
Yep. Look
God,
at it.
going.
So that's what I was saying. It finally decided to show up and start blossoming. So I was like, will I get fruit this year? So I'm gonna end up bringing that inside too, since they're not cold hardy here in Ohio. So I got a bunch of plant lights that I got for this winter because of all the extra stuff I have gotten. So I got this huge banana tree that
Oh, you gotta
I
take
got to
all
fix.
that in.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying I'm cleaning out a whole big section in the basement for all this stuff to fit in. Cause I got like 1, 2, 3, 4 fig trees, banana plant, a Miwok kumquat. I got some other stuff around here too. So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need some strong hands. But check this pepper plant out.
What kind of pepper is that? Well, I got different color
This is
peppers.
one. Yeah, they start off purple, then they turn yellow, and then they turn orange, then they turn red. It's a new one I never heard of. It's called Au Douce pepper. It's
Oh,
Caribbean
wait. Now, when is it pay about it? Can you say that again, Miss Shirley?
Au Douce pepper.
Hey, that's
Hey.
what I thought you said. I don't want one of them. I'm good on pepper.
Stop. It's a Caribbean, Puerto Rico small, mild heat, sweet flavor, green pepper, and it says plant in full sun. That's what the tag says. Okay. And it's loaded.
That
So
look
I want
interesting.
to add that along with my what is it, jalapenos and make some homemade hot sauce. Hot
Oh,
sauce.
GT
see.
Junior said, save the seeds, Elder.
Oh yeah.
Please. He
Oh
said,
yeah.
save the seeds, please.
Hey, cause I've never seen that. Now, Fresh and Fire said, put some garbanzo.
I
Uh,
never heard of those.
no, it's
Party
garbanzo. It's supposed to be garbanzo. Called
bag.
garbanzo bags, what they call. But yeah, and protect your feed. Look, I don't. Okay, let's talk about this. I don't protect nothing, and this is some more bad advice. Time to time, I will give you plenty of bad advice. I don't protect Jack, not Nathan, not no blueberries, not no
I don't.
blackberries.
I can't.
I don't. Eventually, my thinking is I grow enough where it won't matter. I grow enough for me and the earth. It's a deal. Now,
Well,
do I
check
get
out my
mad?
apple
Yeah.
tree.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice. Nice.
So there's bird netting over it because they took the other half of the tree and literally bent it down to the ground and ate this whole side. But this side, I got this bird netting, and it's wrapped around a few branches, and they've been trying to drag it off, but they haven't gotten it off yet. So hopefully within the next day or two, I will start to harvest the rest of these trees because I've been having friends and family come over and pick some. Ooh, I just saw a nice ripe tomato that I didn't see
What do you
earlier.
think about growing fruit trees from seed?
Don't it take them too long to fruit?
Okay, before you grow anything from seed, figure out Google whether it grows true to seed first off.
Mm.
Look at this tomato.
Ooh,
Yes.
Uh-oh.
tomato sandwiches for dinner. Ooh, that's
Nice.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't gave up on
I
tomato.
got these Yukon potatoes here, and I'm waiting on them to start dying back because it had flowers, and then it got these little things on them. I've never grown these before. What?
What was that on the potato? Or was
I
that
don't know. I just asked you that. This is I'm used to growing sweet potatoes and red skin, but this is the first time I ever grown Yukon Gold, and
what
it
was that hanging
flowered,
out?
and then
What is that
it's like a
hanging
little.
out?
I don't know. It's like these
Shirley,
the
what is it?
I
can't
don't
see it.
know.
Let me
Put it
see
in
it.
the camera. Put it in the
Let me see it.
camera.
What is that? You sure you ain't got a
Bring it
tomato
don't
back.
plant
know.
mixed in there?
No, this is Yukon Gold potatoes, and these were flowers at one time, and then they turned into these little balls. So I don't know
Ooh.
whether or not this ready for me to pull this up and check to see if any
Hold on.
potatoes is
Shirley, this a lot.
underneath it. So
Shirley, this a lot. Wait a minute now. Are you sure it's not a tomato plant that's growing
That
in
looks
there
sure
somewhere?
do look like
no,
a green tomato.
it's Yukon Gold potatoes. I know what I planted in here.
What is that
Oh,
ball?
Broken Gardening said yes, potatoes will flower and produce fruit. Do not eat it.
What?
Oh, I know that much. I know that
Wait a
much
minute.
because my
I
red
did.
skin potatoes did, but they
Laura
didn't
said
produce
that's a
these little
potato
balls.
seed. Laura said that's a potato seed.
Okay. Okay. So when do I pull it up? Do I have to wait for these leaves to start dying back before I can pull them up to see if I got potatoes underneath? Because
Yeah,
this is the first time I ever grown Yukon Gold.
you supposed to. But look, I'm more intrigued by that ball. Look, how do you harvest the seeds out of there? Somebody say it's seeds in there. How do you harvest the seeds out of that fruit?
I don't know.
But Carl, look here, man. I want some of them seeds. If you got a bunch of them,
Oh, wow.
what? Get out of here!
Yeah, I got a bunch of them.
I don't pull them off then.
Oh,
Don't pull
boy,
'em
this one just happened to fall off in my hand. I didn't mean for it to fall off in my hand. But the rest of them is full of them. It's a lot of them on here.
Shirley,
What?
I need you to let them go to seed. We need them
Okay.
seeds, Shirley. I didn't even think that was a thing.
Okay.
And look, Bouze, everybody has just like, yeah, it's the seed. The ball is the seed. The ball. Really?
Mhm.
I had no idea.
Okay.
Laura said,
But I
cut
really
one
like
over.
my tomato though.
Don't do that.
That
Laura
tomato is nice. Yeah.
said,
Okay. I
let's go
heard
back.
y'all.
Look, let's focus back on this. Look, I'm trying to process all this. The ball is the seed. So when do you harvest the seed? Shots out to Miss Native Cherokee 70, sip some soil and more. My bad, y'all. I'm throwed off. I'm trying to. My whole mental done went off now. And everybody just said, yeah, that's all it is. Everybody knew. All right, I got to move on.
I didn't.
I had no idea. I thought it was
I didn't either. Like I said, it's
plant.
my first time. That's the first time I ever grown Yukon Gold. So I had no idea that's what those were, seeds producing off the plant. So I guess I have to wait for it to the leaves and stalks and stuff to start dying back before I can harvest the potatoes.
I hate growing potatoes. I've never got my money worth.
Now, bro, look at this. My Meyer lemon, look how huge it is.
Wow.
And there's not a stem or a flower on it. It hasn't produced not any fruit whatsoever. What am I doing wrong? And I've been
Nothing.
fertilizing
Nothing.
and keeping it watered.
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. You've done
Nothing.
nothing wrong. That tree is healthy. That tree will produce when she feel like she ready. Feels like she's ready.
Yeah, and see, I'll be bringing those in too into the winter. Like I said, my basement's gonna look like a greenhouse.
I mean,
So I'll be bringing those in. I got two of them. There's one right behind the other.
I don't know. Fruit trees are weird like that. You might get one really small lemon tree and it's got a lemon on it. Or some people get a real big lemon tree with no lemon. Now, the first thing people say is fertilize, put more fertilizer in. Sometimes the tree just ain't ready. I mean.
And I got blessed after the deer that ate all the leaves off my cucumbers. I finally got one little lonely cucumber off this vine.
You better get it now. You better get it now. I've been watching your video for a while. You need to get it now.
They've been going through my yard like it's a smorgasbord. I ain't kidding. My okra plants, they looked at me. It's like, Mom, I'm sorry. I tried. They've been eating leaves off of everything that ain't nailed down. These are the most voracious deer I have ever seen. I've never, after 10 years I've been working in this lot, I have never had this much problem with wildlife like I have this year. The only thing they don't really bother is my ginger, which I'm glad of, and my fruit trees. And then sometimes they'll eat the leaves off of them, but everything else they just decimate. I'm just like.
Now, nigga said, Shirley, tell them lemon, it's time to party, baby. How she said, it's time to party.
Yeah, girl, I'm looking for something young and tender. Believe me, I am. I'm like you at this point. I'm looking for something young and tender, but it don't seem to be happening my way. I don't know if they think I'm a dirty old lady or a cougar or what, but ain't nothing showing up.
Hey, food buffet.
And tell them, really, I'm gentle. I'm not hardcore, you know. Ain't no whips and chains. We good.
Well, somebody woke up ready to party. Shelly. Woke up ready to party, baby.
Look at my yellow lemon. I got a yellow lemon tomato.
Oh, that's my favorite one, lemon boy. Yellow lemon boy.
Yeah. And then I found one that I missed. Where is it at? All right. Nice and right. So I'm out here doing a little bit of everything.
Doing it big. I gotta go plant some shrub before my wife cuts me out. So look here. Before that, let me holler at all the mods. Thank y'all for doing this job for free. Once I get 100,000 subscribers, everybody that's a mod gonna get $20 per live. Shout out the Shirley OG Gardner moderator. The everyday life of an OCD chick, Nikki, the moderator. GT Junior Gross in Alaska, the moderator. Sunday Backyard Farmer, he was in here earlier, the moderator. That's it. That's it. Well, that's the mod squad, and y'all go check out everybody in the comments. I got a challenge for y'all, or a little homework. Find one channel in this live and go over and check them out. You don't have to subscribe. Watch the video. Hit the like button before you start watching the video. And if they're your type of people, hit the subscribe button. If they ain't, say, hey, cool video, and move on. See how easy that is? But you never know the awesome people you will meet until you check them out in some channel. Just pick a name in the comments and go check them out. That is Bougie Prepper in the middle. She has a channel. That is Miss Shirley OG Gardner on the end. She has a channel. Go over there and support your local YouTubers. It's free.
Just a little bit.
So Oh, okay. So, I thought to my mutant ninja turtle. Super Sly Fox 1 in the building. Say, check that cucumber to see if it had been attacked by a worm first. I just eat it anyway. And worms got a lot of proteins. Don't even worry about it. But look, I appreciate it.
Ew.
Nah, they got proteins in it. You can eat worms. It's not gonna hurt you. It's not. I promise. I promise. But look, appreciate y'all hanging out for 2 hours and 20 minutes with your guy. Before everybody leave, make sure you hit the like button because that tell YouTube that I'm somebody special. I'm somebody special. They should send other people over here to hang out with us, right? In my mind, that's how it works. Appreciate y'all coming through. Enjoy y'all Sunday. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy next week.
Jeez. Thank you. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.
It won't